Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing out there? Welcome back to Poetry's Paradise. Well, we have our guest tonight is Mr. Jerry Mason. Hey, what's going on, brother?
All right, Joe, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show.
Blessed to
We
be
usually
here.
have different variations up on here. So we try to make it do what it do, man. You know?
I'm
Word.
blessed to be here, man.
All right. Well, we can start it off, man. Let the people out there know who you are. Who's Jerry Mason?
Jerry Mason, man. Born and raised in West Texas, man. Grew up loving sports. Uh, to put all my eggs in that basket. So my journey in writing began, based on the reality of the things that happened after that journey. Trying to get people to understand how important loving sports or having the right people in your journey, how they affect or derail or enhance the journey, and just being a mediator of dreams, man. I'm just a sports lover, man. Love kids. I've been coaching for 30 years. Just trying to give back my passion, my understanding of how the journey works. It's poetic in its own right. You know what I'm saying? So life is poetic. The journey is poetic. So yeah, this is, the poetic paradise. So, I think my journey's been that way, and so that's who I am, man. I'm just a poet trying to make life come to reality, man.
Hey, man, that's what's up. So don't get me wrong. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. So your story begins with the severe back pain you had, like when you was 4 years old.
Yeah. So my second book, I was only 4 years old. The Psyche of a Broken Soul. Uh, that was my why. It was my second one. I wrote Coach, the Mediator of Dreams, and the Destroy Generations first. And that was more about the sports journey, trying to help people with peers, parents, coaches, everybody along the journey. And people saying, well, you were all American in high school, you made it to college. Why are you so adamant about, still being, angry about how the process went? So when I was 4 years old, is my why. So when I was 4 years old, I had a lot of back pain. And so I told my mom I had back pain, and she said I was only 4 years old. That's why I remember 4 years old.
Yeah.
Said you're only 4 years old. You don't really know pain. Keep living. And so I didn't know until I was 21. I was a senior in college that I had a cracked vertebrae. I was a breech baby, and so I grew up with that,
Yeah.
right? And so then I was 13. I broke my foot, and so I still had a cracked vertebrae and a broken foot. And so I grew up with that now, and still was able to attain all the dreams, the accolades, but it was very painful. And so, yeah, 4 years old was when I first experienced it. 21 years old was when I realized it was, they call it, I was a breech baby, a Scottish dog.
Right. Wow, man. So you definitely got a story to tell, man. Like that Biggie Smalls, I got a story to tell.
Yeah, I feel like my story for me, not for people to have sympathy for what I went through, but, especially being a coach, being a parent, and everybody's a mediator of dreams, to make sure you don't assume that what people are going through, what they're willing to do to reach the apex of their dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could dig that, man. So how has everything compacted each other? You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying, sports lover and everything like that, and your whole journey through the physical and mental of the challenges in life.
Yeah. Well, I think all of it's trauma for me, and I grew up with it. For me, it was I used it as a not as a crutch, but as motivation. It was a lot of fear. I was a kid. I didn't even know the extent of what was wrong with me. I just knew I needed sports to help me move forward. And so the injuries with my back and injuries with my foot, I don't see them as I see them as blessings. They made me learn how to live through through pain, they learned how to persevere to deal with trauma. So as I got older, the times got hard. Nothing really phases me
Yeah.
because what I've been through. So it's kind of made life easier for me, but harder in relationships, harder dealing with people that can't comprehend what you go through as a kid. So it's been a more of a positive, but it's also been a crutch as well.
So what you going through those experiences like that? Was it just like mental or was it like physical on
Yeah,
yourself?
I mean the both. I think they're both equal. I think the physical creates the mental. You know what I'm saying? You hurt every day. I tell people it's been probably 5 years since I tied my own shoes. Most of the shoes I buy them too big so I can put them on without being tied.
Wow,
I
man.
grew up, it wasn't the most comfortable way to be as a kid. You know, kids are cruel and sometimes they make fun of you, but you know, I had a dream. I had an idea of how I wanted things to go for me. And
Yeah.
so I had to relearn myself as a kid and find a way to, push through, But the trauma that you grew up with it, and it's hard to leave it behind because it's a part of who you are.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
both equally potent right now in my life.
Yeah. I understand. You got the bullies in school. Everybody want to be a jokester, a clown. You know what I mean? Put you
Yeah.
on the other side of that and shit. You know what I mean? Cause reactions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I thank God for the journey because being a coach, I'm able to identify more with kids because I always assume somebody's going through something because I've been through something. I don't think every kid walks into that school and like, hey, I'm happy to be here. Most kids don't. We don't know what they go through at home. We don't know if they're eating, if they're sleeping, if they're hurting. So I always have an open ear to be able to, let them tell me what's going on instead of trying to impose on them what the district wants.
How's that experience been? I mean, like the coaching and everything like that, what I'm saying? The kids, I know you probably got some rugrats up in there, you know what I'm saying? Hard headed, don't want to listen. And then you got,
It saved my life, Joe. I mean, coaching, like I said, I
yeah,
wanted to be a pro basketball player, and I wanted to play pro basketball because I loved it. I
yeah,
wanted to play pro basketball because it would allow me to deal with my injuries and monetarily be able to get the things that I needed that I know I needed as a
right,
kid. But coaching gave me a chance to give back. It gave me a chance to heal. Gave me a chance to meet people that love me just for me, who I am. So yeah, there's a lot of different diversity in the schools, and so yeah, it's a lot of rugrats, but they
yeah.
dream as well. You know what I mean?
We
And
all
so
do, man, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
my job
So,
is to try to fight through that barrier that they have up and see
yeah.
what they really want. You know what I mean?
How do the parents feel?
I don't talk a lot about my journey, man, but I've made a lot of friends, man. I tell them, in original meetings, like my job here is to help you see a better version of your son. My job is when he comes or you come to a game,
Yeah,
you'll be like, wow, I didn't know my son could do that. It's just
yeah,
to push him to the apex of the ability that God gives him. You know what I mean?
right.
So they're very appreciative of it. So coaching has allowed me to make really good friends with the parents, and because they know I love their kids and I'm
Yeah,
sincere about their journey.
that's peace, though, man. That's peace. How about the people in the community when they see the things that you're doing out there, coaching and everything like that? You know,
Yeah, it's
being that,
been great, man. I've been in Ennis. I'm in Ennis now. This is my second time. It's poetic in that I left and I was gone for 8 years. I was here for 17 years and I'm back. This
wow.
community, I've been in this community long, and I was with my mom's community, and
Oh
so
wow.
most of them are like my family. I
Yeah,
got now I'm teaching and coaching kids that I taught their dads. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
community is great, man. It plays a big part for me. I think as a coach, where you coach at, if you don't have that support and that love and that trust, it's hard to be the best coach you can be. You know what I mean?
yeah. So, what really inspired you outside of everything else to write the books? I mean, like, and
Yeah,
how did that experience go? You know what I'm saying? The process behind that.
yeah. My mom got sick in 2019. I've always written when I was younger. I wrote poetry. I wrote short stories. Sometimes when you trying to flirt with girls, you write a poem or something. But I've always written. And my mom got sick in 2019,
Yeah,
and I went to see her in the hospital, and she asked me, she said, "Bo, are you still writing?" I'm like, "What? How do you know I even write?"
yeah,
And so, I already written a book in 2002. I just never published it. So when she said that, she died in 2020 or 2019, but
yeah,
and COVID hit, and so I just wanted to dig a little deeper, see if
mhm,
I could. I changed the whole title of the first book, see if I can have my story be more beneficial to more people.
right,
So she kind of motivated me to do it, to even know that I still did it, and so just want to let athletes know we're bigger than just sports. There's more things we can do to have an impact on the world besides basketball, even though basketball was my life. So, man,
yeah,
I've always written, even when I was younger. I told short stories to my brothers. I've always wanted to be, the somebody that brought like Eric B. and Rod Kareem. I just like to move the crowd. I've always liked that. You
And
know what I
that's what's
mean?
up. You know what I mean? So when you was hooping, you know what I'm saying, what you guard, forward, center, like we
Yeah,
use that.
yeah. In my high school, I was one of the taller ones, so I played center. But I tell a lot of people, I just hoop, man. I played all the positions. When I got to college, they kind of labeled me as a two guard, a shooting guard. But
Okay.
I had great vertical. I was just a hooper, man. I rebounded. I did it all. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just say I'm a hooper.
Yeah,
But my size was say in college a two guard, but high school I played post. So where I come from, basketball was tradition. You just learn how to hoop. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to post. You learn how to do everything. So I was just an all around hooper, man. That gave me a chance to be, more accessible when I got to college. Multiple things you can do. So I tell the kids, the more you can do, the more opportunities you get to play. Don't limit yourself to one position. Just be a hooper, bro.
yeah. I feel you on that, man. So so the first book was what that came out.
It's Coach, the mediator of dreams and
Yeah.
destroyer of generations.
And the
And
second
so,
one was
Coach, the mediator of dreams
yeah.
and destroyer of generations.
Tell us about that.
Well,
Let's-
coach is the big word, and so people think coach is just basketball, sports. Coach is a parent, a peer, a mentor, a boss, anybody that can affect your every day. If you go home with a boss and goes home and affects your day, you take it home, it affects your relationships. And so mine is just basically the coaches that I've dealt with during my journey, and which is apparent, they all affected my journey that I think got me here today. And so when I talk to parents, it's a business now. They got NIL. You starting young. You have to make sure your kids are around the right people.
That's
That
true.
as a parent, you're the right person. You're that mediator of dreams. And if you're not, then you destroy generations.
That's deep right there, man.
Like,
So what's the reaction to your book from
it
your
was great,
peers?
man. Like I said, especially from my hometown, had a lot of sales because I never had been on social media. And
Okay.
once I got on social media to endorse the book, just influx of people from my hometown and people that used to be enemies, I just had separated myself from the world. So I made a lot of friends I didn't know I had. Once I left high school to go to college, I left all of that. So just to connect back with the people. And then once they read the story, right, nobody ever knew the story. And so one of the things I say is, you see us in the lights, but you don't know what we go through during our nights. And once I exposed my nights to the people, man, they were sad and kind of hurt that I went through the journey the way I did. Nobody ever knows, but like I
Yeah,
said, I didn't write the books for people to say, "Whoa, is Jerry." I want to be helpful to help people, get through the journey. You know what I mean?
yeah, I could dig
And
it.
so the response was what prompted me to write the second book. That was I was only 4 years old, right? And it's the psyche of a scar of a broken soul. And so
Mhm.
SOL is that's my foot because I broke my foot.
Yeah,
Right. And so, but the back pain, it screwed my psyche up. So it's the psyche of a broken soul. So it's just kind of
dope
putting
title,
those two
man.
putting those two thoughts together. And like I
Yeah,
said, kind of poetic, you're a spoken word, you're a genius, you're a master of things. So you can comprehend that.
I'm just a person of circumstances.
Yeah. Well, I do my research, brother, so I'm honored to be here and with you.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Appreciate that. You know, I see, you know what I'm saying, you good, you know what I'm saying, with two of my peoples, man. Well, a
Yeah,
few.
man. Black Diamond. Like I said, I both her books. Let Me Lick Your Mind and Strong. And then poet Carlos Kegler, he does all my we
Yeah,
call him poet, brother BKL, but he's done all my covers.
yeah,
He's
that's
done
the
all
truck.
my he's done everything get me to be an author. He does all my art. He does all my social media. Man, he's just so talented. He become a good friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does all the
Pro right there, you know what I'm
he
saying?
does everything. He's a genius. And so, man, just collaborating with him, I
Yeah,
met Black Diamond, like I said, and just collaborating with him, I met more people of like yourself that are way above what I can imagine being as a poet. But just meeting great people and collaborating with great people. Poets allowed me to do that. Carlos has allowed me to do that.
yes, sir. Glad so, man. You know what I'm saying? I peep everything, man. I'm just like, yo, seem like you're a good brother and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And
Thank you,
plus
man.
the connections and everything with different. I'm like, yo, because I know how they rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So hey man, that's all good, man. For real, for real.
and I say this about poet. I think I would like for his blessings to be exposed, man, because the things he can do, the humbleness behind the things that he does,
Right.
he's brilliant, man. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. And Patricia Dempsey's one. You might not know her, but I met poet through her, and then my second book, my third and fourth book, it's just been me and him rocking it. You know what I mean?
So you just spitting them out there, huh?
Yeah, man, I like it. I mean, you
Yeah.
talked the other day, and you talked about, when you get into your writing mode, you just keep writing. And
Yes,
so
sir.
for me, I just want to keep trying to help. And I got a little bit into my last book was more fiction, but I
Hmm.
realized fiction is more nonfiction than fiction. You just got to get a chance to change the names, but it's still the same
Yeah.
vibes that drive you. You know what I mean?
Identities and everything, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. So you got what you got in store, man? You got more things sliding through, man. You working on projects? Got them on hold? Got them in the chamber?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man. I
saying?
mean,
In the
Cattle
crack?
Blight. This is part one, Cattle Blight, and so I'm writing part two. I'm almost done writing that one.
Now, what was that book about?
This was Cattle Blight, driven by the scenario, Forever Bound, part one, a love story. And so
Hmm.
this is my first attempt at nonfiction. And so part two will be coming out in the next few months. I've been writing on that. Start talking with callers about and I got a poetry book. I've been working on as well. Just want to try to do as many projects as I can that can free all this stuff up out of me, but also be helpful for people.
So you out here being the poet's poet, huh? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm just
The
trying to.
person with the
I,
pen.
Yeah, I just want to be a role model for athletes, all kids, but
Yeah,
especially athletes that think when that journey's over, it's over, man. Like, you just got to dig deep, and there's a lot of things that you can do. And so I'm just trying to let them know, even though I've gotten older, like, hey, keep pushing and tell your story, man. And even if it's just to get the trauma out of you,
yeah.
tell your story and put it on paper. You know what I mean?
Now, you spoke of kids. When I are they older or young kids?
The kids that I coach.
Nah, your kids.
Oh, I have two kids. I had a son in high school, Jeremy. He's
Oh,
40, man. Then I have Jordan. He'll be 33 in August. So I have two boys, man. So I had a chance to coach Jordan.
yeah.
It was a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always being indebted to Ennis because it gave me a chance to coach my own son,
Hmm.
see him go through his journey.
Yeah.
My oldest son, he's a head coach. I had a chance to play him in a real game last year. So coaching's been good to me, man. It's been some
Yeah,
good
man.
blessings in it.
Congrats to that, man.
Yeah,
So how
thank you
your
very much.
kids feel about it? How they feel about your writing experience and like you with the books? Like, yo, my dad is an author, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's how they in school.
Yeah, well, I
Boxing
think
it out.
I think for me because they love basketball, they still because both of them were young. Jordan wasn't born. They're starting to realize, my journey, how good I was in basketball and the things I went through,
Yeah,
and so I think as our relationship, they kind of learned more about me as they've gotten older. That they didn't know that the books have allowed me to open up to them as well. And
yeah.
so I think it's more, they kind of mesmerized by me and that I've been through the things I've been through.
That's what's up.
And so I think it's helped them be better men and better coaches as well.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So you got a story upon a story that's actually a real story.
Yeah, and so I appreciate you allowing me to get on and talk about it. It's
Hey,
it's
man,
always good to talk about it because
express
it's
yourself, brother. Express yourself.
yeah, and so I'm passionate about it. I
Yeah.
always appreciate the opportunity. It just stays with you. And so the more you talk about it, the better you feel. So being on here with you tonight has helped me.
Hey, man, it's all good, man. We all come from that school, man. To each one teach one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Well, I'm gonna fly off the gate with this one. So, do you have some poetry on deck?
I mean, I have poetry. Rather not share because I'm not proud, but most of my books have short poems or whatever. A few things I put in. I always have in my books. An introduction. Most of my introductions are like short poems.
Okay.
Some basic.
Yo,
They call it a what So
Yo, hit us off, brother. Hit us off.
they're very short, but
This is poetry's paradise, man.
yeah. This one's called Conversation from Within,
Okay.
right? And it says, frozen in a glaze, while feeling trapped in a maze, not knowing if my night were nights or my days were days, trembling from the pain and always scared death was near, struggling so bad mentally that I couldn't think clear, using sleep as an ally to protect me from my reality, afraid everyone around me could see the fragility of my mentality, searching for someone who can empathize with my pain is enough to drive any 4-year-old insane. Demons fighting deep in my body, causing turmoil on my soul. Fearing the morning sun creeping through the curtains, putting pressure on my soul, causing havoc within. This boy of 14, causing him to feel old. Decisions, I think to myself, disillusion as I contemplate what pair of shoes should I wear. Then I hear a voice, good morning, young fella. He says to me, you only have one pair. Go away, poverty. Why are you here? Why are you everywhere? You know.
Oh man, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. So that was just about the shoes, and so when I had those once I broke my foot, my shoes started forming to the brokenness. People like, man, so I said, man, everybody can tell something's wrong with my foot, and
Yeah.
so I was poor, didn't have any money, so I wore the same pair of shoes. So as I started working and got able to afford more shoes, I just wear them so can't nobody make fun of the one pair of shoes, bro.
Yeah, we all got those experiences, man.
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah,
something that can't be either fixed or just,
yeah. I
it's
got
just
one more, man. This is real short, but I don't read a lot in public, so you
yeah.
got me
Hey
in
man,
front of everybody. So
yeah,
it's a
go
good
ahead,
experience.
brother.
From this one's called Unwavering Dream.
Yeah,
In love with a love that doesn't soul me. In love with my fantasy that will never be. A figment of my imagination, captured mentally by your strict plantation. Grasping for air within the grips of your passion, wanting to shine through the eyes of your fashion. Hold me, hold me, hold me, please. I beg of you, omnipotent one, as I fall to my knees. The coldness of your ignoring me pulses me through my pulses me into a shiver. I feel the frosting and the failure of my liver, telling me, friend, you have nothing else to give her. She's not going to bend for your wants. She won't even quiver.
all right, man. Yo, that's what's up.
Thank you, man. Thank you for allowing me to read those, man.
Hey man, this is what the platform is here for, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I say break yourself, man.
break yourself. Oh, yeah.
Express
So
yourself, brother.
those are tied to my trauma in the books. So all of my books have some kind of form of poetry. And my third book, The Evolution of a Scarred Mind, it has all the quotes that I use to go through my traumatic situations that I got through. We all have things that we tell ourselves that like woosah, and so all these quotes are my woosah, and these poems are my woosah. So this third book was really big. It's probably the combination of everything involved.
That's what's up, man. So the journey has started. The journey ain't ending. You just got everything rocking and popping. You know what I'm saying? Through the
Start
grace.
working at it.
Hey,
Working at it, man. Like I said, I like it all to come to fruition to be able to help. And so it's a dream. And for me with the kids, just keep dreaming, man. If you ain't dreaming, you ain't living.
I know that's right, man. We all got to be out there like that, man.
Yes, sir.
So, so the poetry, right? I'm just going to ask about that part. Um, how do you get inspiration? Like you just figured like I'm gonna throw some poetry in there, or you was like, yo, I'm gonna I'm gonna bring this into a different house. I mean,
Yeah, I think life is poetry, man. I think everything we go through every day allows you to, it's the poetry, man. It's the real life pain. It's the real life love. It's the real life experiences, man, that allow you to, try to put your words together and express yourself through spoken word or rhyme, poetry or whatever. So for me, I just think about the moment. It's a moment for me, and I might be sitting in like that unwavering dream. I think about my dreams per se and how they wouldn't bend, and some things wouldn't bend for me, and so I just sit and write them, man. Whenever I feel it, I come up with a title and I roll with it. You know what I mean?
hey man, that's what's up. You know what I mean? That's a lot of times how I do it. I create a title and I just sit with it for a minute and then just be like, okay, like Yeah. let me,
Do
let
something
me
with that.
yeah, let me get involved with that.
Yeah.
Because it's at the same time, it's like which way you want to rock with it. It could be a double, it could be an entendre. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So you like, I want to go that direction. I want to go that direction with it. Mm, all right. Let me let spirit do what it does. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes things be
That's
shocking you, right? I mean, when you write something and you like go back and read it, you like, damn, like, yeah,
yeah. I mean, for coming on with you, because I got a poetry book, but I said, man, let me read the ones in my book because it's it tells the story. So
yeah,
when I read them, I say, man, I'm on to something, and I have
yeah,
to evolve with it. I have to do more, and being with Carlos, I've reading his books. Man,
yeah,
he's deep. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I had to read his
man.
books twice. Like man,
The brother
and
be
and the
getting
second
down with
one,
it, man. He definitely be
boy, he he he
he
he
he,
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 he
he
be digging. Yeah, and the second was so great because even in his complexity, I understood he was talking about real life things and real life dreams and motivating people. You know what I'm saying? And it was dope. And so just being able to talk with him and him respect me as an author and as a up and coming poet, and it's
right.
motivation. It's motivation for me for sure.
That's what's up, man. Let me ask you, have you been to like poetry events?
I haven't, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of introverted in my growth of, and I'm trying to get out more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn more. Just being in my trauma, I've been in so much, but I want to get out and experience that more.
How do you feel about the different poets that you hear expressing their work?
I love it, man. It's a blessing, that people even take the time to read your book, knowing I'm not a well-known poet, a well-known author. That the people care enough about you to spend their $20, $30 on a book, and then think enough about it, time to read it, and how it affects them, and ask questions, or whether it's personal or how I can help them. Ain't no bigger blessing in the world than that, Joe.
Hey, that's very true, man. I know a lot of times we hear different poets expressing their work, and it's like, oh, that hits different. Oh,
Yeah,
or you say that person, that
yeah,
different individual right there,
right,
because of how the sequence of what they said and how they said it. I mean, I've heard people who are not. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody's a poet in their own way. You know what I mean? But have laid some things out there, and it's just like it's almost like like a Abraham Lincoln speech a little bit. And I was
right,
just like, yo,
right,
that message right there. You know what I mean? Like that need to be put on a canvas or something like that.
right, right,
I
right,
mean,
right, right.
broken into two pieces in one night.
Yeah,
But hey, man, the expression is lovely, man. Just be out there writing something and sharing it with the world and whatnot, and letting them know like these are the words that I live by.
yeah.
You know?
I love it, man. It's been healing for me, man. I didn't know how healing it. I just wanted to get it out and put it on print. So it's just so much stuff. So it's over there now. But once people start enjoying it and they like the stories and they understood why I was the way I was, even my own family, my brothers and sisters didn't know what I was going through. So it was kind of hurtful to hurt people when they thought they couldn't help you, but nobody knew. So man, it was just getting a lot of this stuff out of me, man. Giving myself to heal and open up to more people and give myself the chance to love more people.
Yeah. Where can everybody find your books at?
Man, they on Amazon, of course, and you can, autograph copies on Facebook, author Jerry Mason, author Jerry Bobo Mason, Jerry Mason, Instagram, author Jerry Bobo Mason, the same with TikTok. And so just the platforms uh, uh, that I have that I do the signings. But, Amazon's, they're on Amazon. And so I don't know a lot of other platforms. I know it's national syndication, and I don't get on and check out other platforms. I know it's on Amazon. And if
Yeah,
you want to talk to me about it, DM me or hit me on Facebook and get a signed copy.
because I'm definitely gonna be looking for the signed copy, my brother. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you, man. I got you when we
Yeah,
get done.
yeah.
Just
Well,
I
first I
get
gotta
your
see
information.
which route I want to go, which book. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey, man, I send them all to you because I appreciate the blessing, and
hey,
I
man,
send them all to you, man, just for you giving me a chance to meet you and
man,
talk to you, man, and have a moment.
we
That's
building.
that's that's the least I can do for you.
We building, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to support too. You know what I mean? Just because I'm an author, I don't mean I can't support other authors and whatnot. And
Yeah,
that's what I do, man.
I
Like I said,
appreciate it,
part of
brother.
the each one teach one party, man.
Yeah.
Word. So let me ask you too. Do you plan when you put the poetry one out? Do you plan on like having an event? You know what I'm saying, and or travel? You know what I'm saying, and do your 1-2
Yeah,
thing?
I love to, man, and like I said, Poe's been pushing me to do more. You know, and the profession that I'm in, it
Yeah,
requires a lot of time teaching and coaching. But
yeah,
I like to get out, and that was the whole purpose of doing it, to get out and talk to more people, and travel and help more people. And with the poet, you know, I don't know about the poetry, man, but if that's what it takes me to get out of my comfort zone and travel the world and meet great people and try my luck,
yeah.
I'm open for it. You know,
Hey man, just do it,
I
man.
like yeah, I
Just
need to
do
get out. You know, the marketing is getting better, and I got some good people helping me, and Porge has been helping me. So, man, I'm learning as I go, man. And just like I said, you know, I
It's
had
like when you
no,
rolling the hot dice. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, keep rolling. Get that
yeah, I'm
fever.
rolling, man. I need them all there 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
rolling them.
yeah. That's what's up, man. But hey, man, look, great having you on the show, man. But if I missed something to ask you about, you know what I'm saying, we can express it right now
Oh
before
man, I
we
just want to
we
say
depart.
thank you, man. I mean, like I said, I just want to have a chance to, you know, for me, talk about my books and let people know where I can be found, and let if you got kids that or parents that have kids, man, if y'all need somebody to talk to about your kids and the journey, I'm your guy, man. Like I said, I've been through a lot. There ain't nothing that God ain't hadn't taken me through. So, man, I feel like my conversation is genuine. So I just want a chance to be able to help. You know what I mean? So everybody that's been there for me, read my books, I'm grateful. Anybody tuned in, I'm grateful, man. I'm just a grateful dude and I'm blessed, man.
Hey, well, we blessed to have you on here to tell your story, man. So
Thank
other people out there, they may identify what you had going on
you. Hmm.
and how can they beat out the odds, you know what I'm
Right,
saying, or navigate around situations to strengthen themselves,
right,
so
right.
this is beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying, the words, the expression, and what you telling your story, man. So y'all heard it first here on Poetry's Paradise. You know what I mean? Jerry Mason, Jerry Bobo Mason. Check him out. Amazon, TikTok, IG, yeah, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Reach out. You know what I
Holla
mean?
at your boy, holla at your boy, holla at your
That's
boy.
right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's been great tonight, man. This is JW Atterbury Poetry's Paradise. Checking out. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you,
Peace.
brother.
All right.